All right. Welcome back to Wolverine's Kitchen. Today we are making teriyaki St. Louis style spare ribs. I got these on special. Just gonna cook them the other day and didn't get to them, so hopefully, I think they should still be good. 2 racks of them. I'm gonna try to fit these in the crock pot. Hopefully, this is gonna work out. We're doing teriyaki. I've been collecting some random teriyakis. Of course, this is one of my favorites right here. Um, and this is not one of my favorites. Was a substitute with Walmart grocery, so we're gonna mix it in with the rest of this. And I did get this no sugar added. Uh, this is from Sweet Baby Ray's, but they just call it Ray's. They're no sugar added. I guess they took the sweet out by taking out the sugar. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start by putting a little bit of this in the crock pot. Then we're going to prepare our ribs, get them all sliced up. We're still using the Masato knife. Guys, so if you want to order one of these knives, I do feel like it's a pretty good knife. I'm still not complete with my review. I'm going to do a review video eventually, but I just saw when I was doing my Walmart order, they actually sell these on Walmart.com now. So, I mean, it's not like something special you have to get from their website. I don't know where you're going to get the best deal. Thus far, I will say it stayed pretty darn sharp. And I wish I was filming this with smart glasses. Let me show you these really quick, guys. I got these on Temu. Okay, um, they do have very good video quality for 1 minute. You can do 1 minute of video, and then they're full, and there's no way to add an SD card or anything. So, not enough memory to really to film anything with. I do have a point of view camera. So probably should have ordered on Amazon, but I ordered that on Temu too. It said local warehouse. It was coming from Kentucky originally. Went from Kentucky, one stayed up to Cincinnati, Ohio. Stayed there forever before it finally went to Chicago, and that's the last place I knew it was like 3 days ago. And then so hopefully next week I'll have that and I can do some videos with that. We'll do a review on that once I get it. Probably not going to do a review on the glasses because you really can't. You can listen to music online. I think the audio quality is pretty decent to listen to music. I do think they darken in the sunlight, which is cool. But really, to do video on them, there's no way. Unless there was some way you could add external memory. It won't record directly to the phone either. Okay, I'm going to dump all the liquid out of these. Right, we're gonna slice these bad boys up. Okay, so I'm gonna probably do these into like 3 sections to fit them. Now, one thing, just gonna flip these over and look. With baby back ribs, we take off that membrane so they're not all chewy on the other side. And we're gonna trim up this side. I don't know if they have like the same, a little bit of that. Okay, we'll get rid of that fatty membrane there. Cut too much off. Trash can, it's out of reach. Push the trash can over here. Dog's like, anything you trim off, I will take. No, dogs, go away. Okay. Get Ivar. The dogs always like to join me for Wolverine's Kitchen. Okay, so it does have a membrane, like on the baby backs. So let's see if we can grab this and peel it. Maybe. It starts and then it just rips. Yeah, that would be nice to get that off of those. Keep them from getting too chewy on the backside. This is I don't remember if I've ever done ribs like this in the crock pot. My mom used to do like country style ribs in the crock pot though, and they came out really good. Used to, I'm sure she still does. I just don't I don't sneak over and eat dinner at my mom's very often, like my kid does. He goes over there. He's 17. Goes over to my mom and dad's, eats all their food. Get out of the kitchen, boys. All right, that worked out pretty good. All right, we got all that off. The rest of this fat is fine. That'll cook up in there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and decide where we want to slice these. Like I said, hopefully this is going to fit all right in my crock pot. I don't have my big crock pot because it fried a while back. The heat unit went out on it. I think that should be all right. This should fit. And I haven't poured my teriyaki like I said I was going to, so I'm going to do that right now. All right. Did a live stream for the UFC and the Netflix fights last night. Man, the Netflix card started out, with three judges' decisions. They were competitive fights, and it had me questioning, the way they were doing their flat rate pay, whether or not fighters were really going for it. And then we ended up with all finishes in the rest of the fights, I believe. Spoiler alert if you missed it. Okay, we're just going to stand those up and then we're going to try to fit the next rack in there. Okay, slice it open. It's probably more me not getting the right angle with the knife than the knife not wanting to cut. Look pretty meaty. No weird odor because they're, a few days past when they should have been cooked and they haven't lost any of their color. They were wrapped, they were sealed well in the plastic. I think they're all right. Usually you see if it's like meat that's been packed by the store, that's when you gotta worry about whether or not stuff could have spoiled. Okay, let's see what we can do. We can get this membrane as nice as that one on first rack. Maybe. I'll be careful where I set that knife. I don't want to cut myself again. All right, that's not getting it here. Get this membrane going. Without getting my knuckle or something. Yeah, I'm also probably gonna do a quick live stream, MMA news live stream, because I missed the big news last night. It happened right as Ngannou was going to the cage. Dana White made an announcement at the UFC. It was kind of I don't want to say lackluster UFC, but they did not have the big names on that UFC. It was like they weren't even trying to compete with the Netflix card, which may have been a good strategy on their part. So I'm sure a lot of people tuned in to see that. Being a first on Netflix, having the big women's fight, it was kind of a big deal. But I'm not going to get too much into that news because this is a cooking show and I'm going to do my MMA thing in a few minutes, hopefully. There'll be a quick MMA news live stream just to recap Dana White's announcement that I missed until this morning. I saw something about like a rumor, but I didn't know that he'd actually gone on and made the announcement. And you can think whatever you want of him making that during Ngannou's walkout. I don't know about all the stuff that Dana White said about Ngannou. I think he's just mad that the negotiations didn't work out with them. It did make him, it sounds like they made him a pretty big offer, but, you know, he wanted a lot of control that they didn't want to give him, which I can understand to a certain extent. Yeah, he's a big star, but I mean, so is Conor McGregor and John Jones. They don't give them that kind of power to run the events like Francis wanted. My thing was, he was trying to get like a lot more for all the other fighters, which, good for him, nice thing for him to do. But my thing would be they should have countered and said, here's what we'll do. Anytime you headline a card, fighters will get paid twice as much. If that was a deal breaker, go for that. And then if he says no, then they would have had, a lot better position to say, look, we tried to work with him. We understand he's trying to get better things for the other fighters. Yeah, I'm getting way sidetracked here, guys. We'll get into that. Yeah. My wife is yelling at me for not talking about food. Hey, I'm a former MMA fighter. I talk MMA a lot, even when I'm cutting up food. All right, guys. So, looks good. We're going to go ahead. She's also going to yell at me for saying guys all the time. I'm trying to stop doing that. All right. That looks good. We're going to put that in there. Cut this in half. Got 3 pieces from each section of ribs. Very meaty ribs, I'm going to say. They look pretty good. The crock pot's already starting to get warm. All right. Now I'm going to rinse off my hands. Grab another bottle of teriyaki. We're going to use up super thin stuff first. I am going to try to add, I've got pineapple chunks coming in my grocery order, so I'm probably going to throw those in with the ribs towards the end of the cooking. Man, I'm going to add the good stuff here first, and then we'll see if we've got room for the no sugar added or not. That's ribs. We don't care if they got sugar. All right. You guys can see this pretty good. All right, so this is the Casey's masterpiece. We used up the crummy Lowry's that Walmart substituted. Wow, this is so thick, it's not wanting to come out at all. This wasn't even in the fridge. That's the difference. You guys saw how the Lowry's stuff just poured in like water. This stuff is so thick. Almost squirted it. Okay, so there was like a bunch of sesame seeds stuck up at the top, so it didn't want to come out. Okay. I'm gonna, man, let me pour just a little bit of that in on this side because as it heats up, I'll move the ribs around so they get cooked evenly. We're gonna cook these all day, so uh, we're gonna come back. That was kind of, didn't really block anything. I don't know if you guys realize how I do this. I set up my phone in my cupboard here. It's being held up by a mug, but it works perfectly. It's a very sophisticated setup I have. Okay, let's see what this comes out like. It's somewhat thick, but not as thick as the Casey's masterpiece, that's for sure. We just want a little more liquid in there, a little bit more on this side. All right, I think that's looking pretty good, guys. Wow, I'm gonna try to bring this here so you can see down in there. All right. So like I said, we're going to push the ribs down in there, move them around a little bit as they cook. But that's going to be it for this part of the video. I'll come back this evening when we're done cooking and show you what they came out like, and we'll do a taste test. You guys will get to watch me eat them. Unfortunately, you won't get to eat any, but I mean, you can try to replicate my method here. But you can get a good deal on ribs too. All right, guys, see you back in a bit. All right, welcome back to Wolverine's Kitchen. This is the second part of our teriyaki spare ribs video. So we're gonna go ahead and check them out and see how they came out. Been moving them around in here a little bit. Let's put that up there. So I'm gonna go ahead, get some Ben's original, and it's definitely Ben's original, not Uncle Ben's, because that would be racist. You can't call it Uncle Ben's. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, some pretty good rice. All right, so I'm gonna take this hunk from up on top here, take it out. Oh, need my knife. All right, rinse off the knife blade really quick here. I used to cut something plastic earlier. Okay, Matsato knife. All right, you guys see this? All right here. See how this roof's probably gonna just pretty much fall apart at this point. We've been cooking. Let's see. What time did I start these? Like 11 o'clock, and it is now 5:28. So they cooked for about at least 6 hours. So let's take a look. Ooh, look at that, guys. See that right there? Oh, it looks so good. All right. So yeah, the bones are just gonna fall out of these. Actually, so yep, I wanted to eat a little bit of meat off the bone, but hey, what are you gonna do? All right, let's try it. Mm, wow, that is really, really good. Dang, awesome, guys. As you can see, yeah, grab a couple pot holders and I mean, we're pretty much filled to the top with ribs, meat, and I did put the can of chunk pineapple in there. That's gonna be really good. We'll pull the ribs right out, put it over the top of the rice, and it's gonna be amazing. Let me get a bowl. That should have been ready. There's my dishes are clean. All right. So let's see. Any more bones in this piece? Doesn't look like it. So I'm gonna have that with some rice. Put some of the sauce over the top. Just get a little bit of delicious basmati rice. I really like plain white rice. It's good stuff. I've been trying to cut back because that I've been cutting the carbs a lot. I'm just gonna put the rib meat right over the top. Probably. And then I need a spoon to get some sauce. And a fork would be really nice. Okay, so I have this big spoon. I have to track down a fork probably in my dishwasher also. A couple chunks of pineapple in there, and some of the sauce. On the top. Oh yeah. That looks really awesome. Check that out. Excuse me. Oh, there's a fork. All right. Kind of just break up the rib meat. Did check. I don't think there's any bones left in there. Man, you know me. I want more meat. I'm gonna add some more here. Let's see. These rib bones are right out, like so. Check. Make sure we don't feel any more bones in that. I don't know if I need quite that whole thing. But I'll take that much for sure. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Just gonna break that up like that. Man, maybe there's a little bit more pineapple and sauce, huh? Yep, there we go. All right. So, this looks delicious. I'm gonna try a couple bites. Mm. Wow, that is awesome, guys. All right, guys. You guys saw how I made it. Not too complicated. Just, prepping the ribs, getting them sliced just right, getting that membrane off of them, and having the patients cook them for 6 hours. I mean, when we do them in the oven, I normally do around 4 hours, but this came out perfect. These are spare ribs instead of baby backs like what I've cooked before on the videos. So, yeah, guys, get yourself a couple racks of spare ribs. Actually, you can get them on special like I did. Throw them in there. Yeah, gather up a bunch of teriyaki. I did use, what, 2.5 bottles of teriyaki. I mixed the one that I wasn't crazy about that came as a substitution on my Walmart order, but I mixed that with the really good, what was it? That's Sweet Baby Ray's, and we've got Casey's Masterpiece Teriyaki. Love cooking with that stuff. Hopefully do some steaks. I don't know. After payday, so I can buy some steaks. But we'll do some teriyaki steaks. I'll slice up some New York strips and we'll get them in teriyaki marinade and let them marinate for 24 hours, and we'll grill them up. Maybe video that with the drone again. Hopefully my new camera gets here this week, and we can try it. We try it out, and hopefully it actually works a lot better than the cheap AI smart glasses that I got. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for today. Check out my other channels. Check out Turtle Vision. It is streaming live right now, and we added a new feature to it. Our turtle that's usually behind me and his tank here, our snapping turtle, moved out to his own pool in the backyard. So we just got that set up and got the camera set up, camera so. So hopefully the camera continues to work. But Ragnar's looking for food. But yeah, check that out. Make sure you like all of my channels. I've got the drone channel. I've got the MMA channel. I've got the cooking channel. I've got the Turtle Vision channel, gaming channel. Hopefully get some funny pet videos up, some more shorts up with the dogs because they do goofy things all the time. But yeah, check them out. Follow all of them if you could, because even if you follow each of my individual channels, that counts towards my total followers. So I'm like, I think I'm actually 6 away. I said 4. My math wasn't so good, but so yeah, 6 more followers on Rumble, and I will be able to, when I do live streams, do ad reads and actually make a couple bucks off of those videos, which would be awesome. Hopefully more down the road, and I'm going to try to stream to more platforms. This will be on Rumble hopefully tonight and YouTube probably tomorrow. So check out all my videos, like and follow. Thanks, guys. Catch you next time.